Hey, my name is Bella, and welcome to How Was It?
And in this episode, we're going to talk about allowing yourself to change. So let's get into bed.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hi.
We're in bed with Bella.
Hello.
Hello.
So before we start talking about the topic that you wanted to talk about, which is allowing yourself to change, some practicalities. So your name is Bella.
Yes.
What are your pronouns?
My pronouns are she, they.
So then what kind of gender label do you put on that?
Okay, yeah.
If you can put a label onto it?
I don't know if there's like a correct label for it, but mostly just like I feel like a lady, like a woman, but I also have very big moments where I'm very masc or like feel very androgynous. So I like when people use more androgynous pronouns or like androgynous compliments or something when I'm feeling that way.
Yeah.
And then I feel like having the label of she they still allows a lot of fluidity in my day-to-day life, if that makes sense.
So then the label gender fluid or no?
Not anymore. I think when I was younger, yes, but I think that was just like me trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't know. I think it's validating in a way to have the they them added to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if someone asks your gender, you say female?
Yeah.
And then the day is like a bonus.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that sounds wrong, but I just like
I'm just like I don't
how to
care about
explain it.
labels.
I know. I feel like a woman, but I have some days where I'm like don't like my tits or like wish my hair was shorter or like could be a man, but then like that's just not all the time.
Yeah.
And I have days where I dress really feminine and I'm very like, oh yeah, I love being a woman, da da da. And other days I'm like, I'm a man. I would like to be a man today, but I still feel like a woman. Like it's complicated. My brain is complicated, I guess. So
No,
just
it's
keep
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Sexuality.
Yeah, I just say queer because whatever is in the moment. As you guys can clearly tell, it's kind of with the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing.
Yeah, great topic for today.
Yeah, where are you from?
So I was born in the United States and I lived in Boston and then I moved down south to North Carolina and lived there for almost all my life. Yeah. And now I live in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So.
And you came for studies then, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yep. I study international tourism management and yeah, it's really good. I'm on my last year almost, so thank God. Just turned in my thesis. So
are you gonna stay in the Netherlands?
I hope so. But like I don't know. I need to figure out like visa stuff and where somebody wants to employ me. So
Of course. Yeah.
I would like to, but
yeah.
We'll see.
Or marry someone and then
yeah, I am doing the whole like learning Dutch and trying for the entrance exam, which will be nice.
Yeah,
but that takes a while and like
so
right now
we can do
hard.
this podcast in Dutch?
Nope. I'll speak one lick of
Because
it.
who else has been living here for years and doesn't speak Dutch?
Oh.
Doei doei.
I mean, yeah, I'm surrounded by a lot of Dutch people like on a regular basis, and I work with Dutch kids and stuff. So I feel like my scenario is a little bit more makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's no hate to internationals not speaking Dutch.
Sure. So I have a question already. We talked a little bit before the podcast, but maybe you can clarify it now again. You said she, they.
Yeah.
And so my question is, would the claiming to be they, she something different? Or is it like just like a... I mean, I guess it depends by the person.
Maybe for me, like I would go they, she if I felt more neutral, like way more often. But since I think my majority right now in my life and like for the last 2 years has been feeling more woman and getting more like understanding in my female space in my female body and stuff. That's why like I would go by she they. But I think if I was feeling more like gender neutral and more often like fluid in that kind of thing, then maybe they she would be.
Yeah,
So
so
the
the
first thing is
order
basically-
is
The order is just how my brain likes to interpret things.
Yeah.
I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think for most people that works that way. So the
Yeah.
order that you say it in is like mainly this one, and then
yeah.
yeah.
Would you
But-
say the same?
I mean, I use they them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it has been a change for you as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I first like I grew up with she her, and then it was she they, and then it was they them.
So you skip the they she's phase.
Yeah,
If,
yeah.
If,
I was
if
like,
it doesn't even make sense to call it a phase.
in this case, it is, yeah,
Yeah.
because it was a phase where like the she they phase was just a transformation. Like at first, I was like, oh, I don't care about pronouns. You can still call me she, and then that was just for the outside world to get used to it, you know. And now I'm like, okay, get used to it. I'm a date
Yeah.
them.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love when people use like different pronouns for me, even if it's like accidental, like someone says he or her, like whatever, or my partner says that I'm handsome, but I genuinely think like he doesn't know that like typically you only call someone who's a guy handsome. But like when things like that happen, that makes me so happy. But I'm not like, I don't feel odd if someone says she, her, or like calls me a girl or anything like that. Like I'm not really a big like labels person, mainly because I just can't keep track of all that. But I just, I'm kind of with whatever.
Is that the fluidity of it all? Kind of like
Yeah.
allow yourself to not have a label?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just also gives space for change and like creativity and things like that. And I feel like also like when it comes to like labels or like queerness and whatever, like the whole point of all of that is to be open and like being yourself and not being confined to a certain way. And like the label I think is just for people to be able to put a name to face or
Yeah.
like a
Put you in a
like
category.
something a category, but like it can be also positive. Like it just makes things easier for some people, but the whole point I think of being LGBTQ or whatever it is to not be a part of those categories in a way. Like I don't know, it's
I
an
guess
open
not for
space.
everyone.
Not for everyone.
For
yeah.
a lot of people, it feels really good to say that they're gay, and then
Yeah.
they find their community in being
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
I guess it's more about being queer.
Yeah.
That is not having a label, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also just like I have too much things going on in my head. I can't remember all that kind of stuff. So okay.
I know that you have a partner right now.
Yes.
What kind of relationship style?
yeah.
Um,
It's a monogamous relationship style.
mhm.
It's something I've done before, but I've also had a more polyamorous or open style relationship. But yeah, monogamous now.
Mhm. We'll talk about it later a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, like we said, we're going to talk about allowing yourself to change. Why is that something that you wanted to talk about?
Like when we were discussing how we wanted to like do this episode, I was saying that like I think talking about myself and how I have changed and like the things that I've done or whatever is like I don't know, it's like giving a platform, I don't know, like I don't know, example for people that might be also going through similar things or also a similar life, and they can like see that somebody else has done that, or like if that makes any sense. But like
Yeah, you want to show other people
yeah.
by example
Yeah.
that you want to tell about your journey
Yes.
so that other people might feel like they're not
Yeah, like
alone.
yeah, exactly. And when you ask like what does it mean to me to like feel change and stuff, I don't know, I think I take a lot of pictures, and one of the things I like about that, like some people might be like, oh my god, Bella, she takes so many pictures, But I like that I can look back in time and see like, oh yeah, like 3 years ago I looked like this and I remember doing these things with these people, and I always remember like how I felt in that moment too. And then now I can be like, oh yeah, I'm like this and I do these things and I found my niche, or I think differently, or I feel differently about the same kind of situation. So I
Mm.
feel like that's kind of what it means. I don't know if that makes sense, but
To me, if I think about allowing yourself to change, like
yeah,
change is something we all go through.
exactly. Yeah.
It's inevitable. Everybody, even a person that is always the same, is changing over time.
Yeah.
It's more so the allowing part, which to
Yeah.
me is more.
Mm.
It makes me feel
Yeah.
like maybe in the past you used to put pressure. I'm just guessing. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm reaching, but like maybe you put yourself pressure on yourself before,
Mhm.
kind of like understanding who you were, understanding that it's a process, it's a
Yeah.
journey,
Yeah.
and maybe now you don't do it anymore. You don't do it
That's
as
true.
often,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, 100%. I was actually talking in the car on the way here about like one of the things that was really nice for when I moved to the Netherlands is like it was almost clean slate in a way, and nobody knew who I was and nobody knew my backstory or anything, so I could portray myself as genuine and as organically me as possible.
Mm.
But like when I go home, I have to be a very specific kind of way. Yeah, I think that's also
How did you grow up? Like, I guess growing up in the US is different.
yeah, well, I grew up with
You're
yeah,
Italian,
I'm
like.
Italian, well, half Italian. I don't speak Italian as much as Lorenzo, but yeah, I grew up with an Italian mom and an Irish father, both born in the States, so not like direct, but Catholic, which I think for a lot of people who are similar to me might really always have like kind of a religious backstory to it. My parents are divorced now, and like growing up, it was very evident that my mom was the one doing almost everything,
Mm.
and my dad just made the money.
Mm.
So I
It's a
think
very
yeah,
traditional.
I think my mom worked as well,
Mm.
but like my dad had the more money bringing in kind of job, and my mom not only worked but took care of kids and whatever, and I think she maybe just wanted to have input as much as she could in the like growing up of her children, which was the bringing to church and trying to have us be healthy and like not on screens and eating healthy food and that kind of thing. My dad didn't really care that much about it, but I think he tried to be supportive in the beginning, and then yeah, just kind of died out towards the end. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that, because you said your parents are divorced,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that watching your parents going from Christian values to the opposite, which is divorce, and going through that
Yeah.
change, kind of took away the stigma for you to putting pressure of change? I don't know if it makes
Yeah,
sense.
the divorce was something that I have a brother as well. But I think that was something my brother and I definitely saw coming. Like my parents weren't loving parents to each other. They obviously loved us, but like you could tell when there was like problems going on. They never argued or fought or anything like that. But when they got divorced, they were very hush hush about it. Like they told us what was happening. I knew it was gonna happen. Like you could really tell because my parents weren't sleeping in the same rooms anymore for
How
a
old were
while.
you?
I think this was 2018, so I want to say 15 or 6. Can I do math? It's 2026 now.
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
How old are you?
So now I'm 22. So I was 12. No,
No.
14.
14.
14.
Gosh, please don't put that in there that I can't do math.
This is the teaser of the episode.
This is the teaser. Bella can't do math. No, 14. So, yeah, like we saw it coming, but they were really hush hush about it. Like some people make a big deal out of it, or they're like arguing a lot and they go to court and the whole thing. But my parents didn't do that. It was very simple. But my mom later in life started being more open about things to me, which I really appreciate because she wasn't like that as a child as I was when a child, and she admitted to me that it really really hurt her because like the way things wasn't great, but my mom really wanted my dad to like wait until we were in college just because, there's a lot of psychological things that go along with that. And she also had her Catholic values of like once you're married, you don't divorce.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean with like in terms of change and stuff, like I for a very long time did not want to get married. And like seeing my parents, I was like, yeah, there's no point because they're just like, why would you marry someone? Because you're just going to divorce them eventually anyways. But we'll probably get into it later. But like the people that I've met and the people I've dated and stuff, like now my views on that have kind of changed a little bit.
So, do you think that this experience was what make you want to try polyamory in the first place?
No, not exactly. I wanted the space to be experimental with my sexuality and meeting new people and doing new things. Which maybe it's controversial to some because it sounds like I just wanted to be single. But I also met someone really cool and I was having, a great time with this person, and it felt really nice to have the space to continue being who I was as a single person, but having somebody as like a base and like a grounding moment that I could always come back to and like talk to and chat and have that person be like my main point of contact for romance. Whether that was just like day to day or sex or whatever it was, and that was really nice. But I don't think it was influenced by my parents at all or anything like that. Just kind of the space I was in when when I met this person. So, yeah.
So it's like the perks of monogamy
Mm-hmm.
and the perks of being single.
Yeah. That was how it worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I think a lot of people want that in a way. Like I've talked to a lot of people and they either say like, oh, I could never do polyamory, or they say like, oh, that's really cool, but I don't know how to do that. But I think it just worked for me stability wise to like have a consensual like environment where that was something I could do and also something they could do, or like I don't know, it was just like easy and smooth. And we had our boundaries and we had our consensual things, but for the most part, it was just nice to, have that one person that was just kind of, you're always connected in one way, but still have the ability to do whatever in a way.
What were your boundaries, if you can talk about it or want to?
I will say it's been a little while, so I will have to remember, but I remember that if we were going out by ourselves, like not with each other, we would always just tell people, like each other, like, hey, we're going out, like, gonna have drinks, whatever. Might, we were usually going to queer spaces or whatever, so, that was just kind of the way. And we would ask, like, is it okay if I was flirty with somebody or I could make out with anybody or whatever? And the answer was pretty much always yes, that thank you for letting me know. And then the few times that I had sex with somebody else while I was in the relationship, like I asked beforehand and we would talk about it. But it was, very much just kind of like a, hey, I would like to do this. Okay, that's cool kind of thing, which looking back on it probably wasn't the best thing to do. And also looking back on it, like he was the person who was open and like polyamory and had another girlfriend as well, and I was coming into it no experience at all, but I don't feel like guilty in a way, but looking back on it, I was always the one who like was going on a date with somebody else, or I had like sex with somebody else, or, you know, being like really flirty with other people at the club. Even when like he was there, he would be flirty with some people, but we never went home with any other people when we were together. But he didn't date anybody else or like sleep with anyone else after, like at one point he did break up. He broke up with his partner, the other partner. And after that, it was just us, and I was always kind of the person that was exploring the open side of it, but he never was. So I feel like that kind of caused a little bit of a rift in some situations. So I think...
Did you want him to date other people?
I think so, yeah. Because, like, in a way, I was excited to still be able to have that kind of freedom, but I still felt kind of guilty in a way that he never got to as well. And I don't...
Did he say that he was okay with it? That
He was. Like, we still talked about it and communicated and obviously, like, asked about, you know, consensual and boundaries and things like that. Consent and boundaries. But I won't explicitly talk about it, but there was one instant where, like, we had a threesome and the other person there was a close friend of his, and after there was some complications during the threesome, and afterwards, I'm saying this with all respect to everybody in the scenario.
Complications, okay.
Some complications, and I enjoyed myself a lot, but afterwards, he basically was like, I don't ever want to do that again, if I remember correctly. Like, this was a while ago, but I could tell that he also was trying to kind of figure himself out and figure out like the boundaries that he wanted and the consent that he wanted. And I don't know if he was truly honest with himself. And I think looking back on it, it did cause some rifts. Like there definitely could have been things that were done differently.
Yeah, but I guess that's also like changing also while you're already in an open relationship.
Yeah.
Like maybe your boundary was in the beginning this, and then maybe later it's not, and it's also just, I guess, trial and error.
Yeah.
I also think that when it comes to relationship, the best thing that you can do is to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Right? First.
Yeah, exactly.
And this goes also to understand that it's your responsibility to communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I can understand that a relationship is complicated. You might feel guilty for something that you don't have any fault in, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, with all love and respect towards my previous partner, like in the end it did end not so great. I mean, it progressively kind of got worse towards even after we were broken up. But like I think also he wasn't doing super well. That probably was really hard for him also to kind of communicate exactly how he wanted things. Says if you have a lot going on or like really tough things, then that obviously makes it difficult.
I'd love to talk about something with you. It's a little off topic now from what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it is something that you said in the beginning, like I want to set an example for people that might have gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
So actually we haven't even said how we know each other.
Exactly, yeah.
But we know each other from the climbing gym.
Yes.
We're both like part of the decor there. We're there all the time. We both practically work there as well.
I do work there, yeah.
Me too, but not for the climbing gym.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so you also grew up in the climbing gym in the US.
Yes.
And
yeah, I mean, for anybody that's listening or watching, climbing is obviously very big in the States. And I grew up in an era, I guess you can say, of climbing where it was pre-Olympics. And so everyone climbs outside. And so when you're not climbing outside, you climb inside. But the whole gym was like very much big community, kids with adults, like all ages climbing together, supporting each other. that was great, but also not so great. I think that's a big unfortunate, but I don't know, it's complicated in the climbing world, especially in the States. Like, you want it in a way that you can have kids learning from adults that have been climbing for a while, and you want to be able to have this community where everyone is supportive of each other. But unfortunately, you kind of come into really difficult situations, which is what happened to me. So I I was like still competing. I used to compete in climbing. I was on the competition team, so people really knew who I was. And so I was in competing, and I was always there for the new sets, and which is, for everybody who doesn't know, like when they make the new climbs and everything. And there was a designated day, and I was always asked to basically come in and try all the new climbs to make sure that they were good, and sometimes they'd tweak them, but it was just to make sure that they were of the correct level and fair, and also good for other ladies or other like younger girl climbers or whatever.
How old were you at this point?
I mean, this was happening probably when I was like 13 as well. So we have these people called setters, which you know, but Lorenzo maybe not. I mean, you also climb too, but for people who don't know. And basically that's the label for the people who make the climbs. And in this particular scenario, there was this setter who was 25, and we got close as just like climbing friends. Like, it's really common for that kind of thing.
Like, it's a climbing gym is just a really big community.
Yeah, very big.
If you're a regular there, it doesn't matter if you're 60 or 12.
Yeah.
Like, we're all
friends.
Helping each other. Like, we're all just chilling with each other.
Pretty much, yeah. And there's like no real taboos about that. That's just how it goes. And you're just there to support each other, whether, like you said, whatever age you are. And theoretically, people should still understand that you are a child and not you're an adult, like an adult friend. But some people have a really difficult problem distinguishing that. And one of those people is this guy that I met. Everybody knew him. The setter, yeah. Everybody knew him. And in the beginning it was like pretty tame. Like, I had his Snapchat, and by the way, for preference, my parents did not let me have Snapchat, so this is all like a hidden thing. And basically from the age of 13, maybe 13, 14 to 17, this guy proceeded to sexually harass me for years. And nobody, like, in the very beginning, I couldn't really tell anybody because I wasn't really sure if it was if it really was harassment or not. Because
it was on Snapchat.
It was on Snapchat, and like, you're young, and like, also one thing for people to know is like, climbers are all a little weird. Like, we all have our little quirks and our little, like, I feel like climbing is that community where everybody who doesn't fit into the norms, at least how it used to be. I feel like nowadays it's a little bit different, but before like Olympics, it was the space for all the weirdos to come together and have a community. Yeah. And so, especially as a young girl who didn't really have a lot of friends, who was still trying to like figure things out, competing in a team with people, like, I was homeschooled, and like, that was a whole weird thing, but my team was all full of people that went to school. So you're getting attention from a guy, and you never really get attention from guys in general. So you're like, this is probably fine. And I didn't tell anybody that I felt like uncomfortable by it, especially since it was on Snapchat. I didn't want to get in trouble with my mom, and it was like a whole thing. But I kind of realized later into it, like, it was pretty tame at first, like, just kind of being nice, which, like, looking back on it was definitely like too nice, like too flirty for a 25-year-old with a 13-year-old or 14-year-old or whatever. And then when I like I remember like opening my phone one day, and I remember like asking him, oh, like, how was your week or whatever? Like, what have you been up to? And somehow this conversation turned into him telling me that he was getting blowjobs in the parking lot of the climbing gym. And I think I was like 15. So that was 2 years almost later that this is like escalated to a huge problem. And
there's already something wrong with him getting blowjobs on a parking lot, but also
yeah,
telling you.
like, why are you telling a 13 or whatever, however age, a minor this information? Also, like, I've had car sex. Like, everybody has car sex, okay? But, like, you don't need to... Nobody needs to know about the blowjobs your employees are giving you or, like, your fellow coworkers are giving you in the parking lot of the climbing gym. Like, no child, no anybody needs to know that. I mean, if you're close with friends, I guess you can tell them, but, like, but so at this point, also, like, he was sending me pictures of his boxers and stuff like that, like, kind of nudes. I remember distinctly... Oh my god, this is how bad it was because it's like burned into my skull. This dude sent me a picture of him in his bathroom with his boxers on, and the picture was like the Rick and Morty pickle. Like Pickle Rick or whatever the fuck. That was the boxers that he was wearing, and I was so like, what the hell is this?
Fire.
I mean, fire, I guess, but not like it's now not fire in my head. So he was sending me this. This is when I realized like how bad it was, and I started telling people.
This what made you realize that it was
No,
bad?
like that. No, not that. But like the blowjob and the photo were like pretty in the same like time frame. And that's when I started telling people. But I told all of my friends and my coaches and like other setters before I told my parents, because I was so scared. Like this kind of goes back to like growing up, but like, you know, now I'm older and I can kind of like empathize with my parents, but like my mom and my dad did not make it easy to be honest with them about things. Like it wasn't a very like open conversation kind of family. So eventually I ended up telling my mom, and she handled it like a parent should, which is like, you know, she was, did you tell everybody? Yes. Okay. Like we're going to just block him, delete him, whatever. But then for the years after that, he made multiple Instagram accounts and kept sending me messages. And it would be like, started with apologies, then kind of getting mad. Then I told him, like, I've told everybody, like, you are in so much trouble. I will contact the police if you do not leave me alone. And he would just repeatedly make Instagram things, whatever. And then it stopped. And I was so thankful that I didn't hear anything from him. Like, I blocked every single thing I could.
And that's when you were like 17 then or something?
Yeah, I think 17 or is 16 or 17 at this time.
So years.
This was now years, almost 3 years after the original thing started. And people knew. He also like stopped setting, like he started to kind of like break away, and now he was kind of like named as the gym perv basically. And people knew that he was not a good person. He had done this to like other people, which I only found out later. And
okay, but other people knew.
Other people knew he was just a weird guy.
Okay.
And so people knew what he did to me, but like not a lot of people, some people like believed me, but like some people didn't because I was a child, and I guess it's hard to trust a child or whatever. But I in my last year of competing, I actually made it to nationals for both bouldering and sport climbing.
Slay.
So I went out to Nevada with my mom, and it's a 3-day event, and not 3 days, like a week, but you do like 2 days, then there's 3 days, and then 2 days. It's not that deep of information. But the point is that
you're slaying.
I was slaying. I was living life. I was strong. I went to nationals. I was, I was part of the 50 women that went to nationals as youth. It was great. And to put this in context, doing bouldering nationals when I was young was you go out in front of literally hundreds of people on live television, and it's like a big wall and all the lights are on you, and you do all these boulders. And like it's stressful. If you're scared to like talk in front of people, doing a bunch of hard boulders and like being a random girl from North Carolina, not necessarily that strong, is stressful enough. Yeah, guess who texted me that morning? Somehow managed to get through all the blocking. Texted me about, hey, I heard you're going to nationals. Isn't that today? Bitch. I had like a massive panic attack on the floor, and I told my mom like what was going on, and it was a whole thing. And then after that, I had to go to nationals. Got 50.
On live television.
Yeah, I think there were like 54 people. I got 50, so I didn't get last.
Slay.
And then I didn't hear from him ever again, but all my friends knew about this whole situation that happened. And I went on a little solo travel. And funnily enough, while I was at a comedy show in Amsterdam, I get this call. And previous to this, my friend had told me that a situation had gone down with this guy at her gym, and she was planning on maybe like writing some kind of document about all the things that happened to me and all the things that had happened to her, unfortunately. And so I'm at this comedy show, and I get this call, and it's an odd number from the county that I climbed in, and I'm like, this is so weird, but I should answer it, right? Answer it. Who is it? The chief of police of my county. And he was like, hi, is this Bella? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I was just wondering if I could get your statement on this situation about so-and-so in this scenario. And I was like, oh, okay. So I explained the whole story to him and all the years and everything. And I said, let me know if there's any, information that you want, because I had downloaded all the photos and screenshots of all the text and everything. Everything that like I could get from Snapchat, basically. And also from my own phone and things. And he was like, yeah, no worries. So basically, in the end, this guy not only sexually harassed me and my friend later on, he also harassed 10 other women in the climbing community, including the wife of the guy who owned the climbing gym that he worked at. And as women, you're really scared to like come out sometimes. Yeah. I think even not as women, like anybody, sometimes really hard to come out and say like, this is happening to me, because some people don't believe you, or there's not a good system in place. So now I don't know if it's still in place because it was a while ago, but we all now have like 50-mile radius like no contact zone restriction thingies. I don't know what it's called, but and he got banned from every single climbing gym in the entire state of North Carolina. And he tried to like move and go to other places, and we all just contacted the place he tried to get a job at, and we're like, this happened, attached is the police report and everything, and then he would get denied and banned from that gym. So haven't heard from him in a while, thank God, and haven't heard of him in a while. But like he does not have the ability, like he barely has the ability to work now. So
yeah, but he didn't like.
He didn't go to jail?
No. Because he didn't, like, physically do anything.
Okay, still.
Yeah, but that's the United States.
It still has an impact on you.
Oh, yeah.
Especially as a child. What the fuck?
Yeah. But I guess in the United States, like, if it's just a harassment, like, you can't necessarily go to jail. Maybe there was, like, a state against, like, a court thing about, because there can be state against person because it's so big or something. But from what I understand, there were just restraining orders put into place, and if he broke the restraining order, he could get arrested.
Yeah.
That was basically.
But good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that there's a good ending to this story.
Yeah.
And that you all grouped together and
yeah.
So how does this story connect to your topic of like allowing yourself to change?
Well, I think a lot of people can already know that like trauma changes the way you are a lot. And like going from kind of a in a way, secluded childhood, like with not a lot of friends or like
Yeah, being
weird as an athlete,
homeschooled.
being homeschooled, Catholic, but not for my whole life, like all these kind of things. And then you have this really massively mind, like, yeah, like changing event, brain, chemically changing event.
Mm.
And all of that, I think, pushed me to, to like genuinely just hate guys. And like now I think my
Slay.
perspective has changed a lot
Okay.
because I think saying like I hate men it's not very nice in a way of like not like generalizing. Like there are a lot of guys that I really value and I really care about and they are friends to me. But I just hate that men seem to be the forefront of a lot of terrible shit towards women. And that's really difficult. But it also, this whole thing with this guy, also, I think, caused me to, it kind of pushed me into what I already felt as a, like, queer person, like, my affection towards women, and that really was, like, terrified me, like, scared me from guys, and scared me that, like, guys were always going to try and, like, do really shitty things or, like, just use me.
Mm-hmm.
And that took me a really long time to, like, trust that I could be with a guy again or just, like, have sex with a guy or flirty or whatever. And it changed the way that I talk to people. Like, I kind of was always like, well, if a guy is always going to be transactional with me with things, then I'll just be transactional with him. So when I got older or, like, I was traveling or even in my first year of school here, like, I was so I was exploring so much about where I could be or, like, who I could be with, but I felt like the only way that I could be, like, sexy or whatever or do what I wanted to do was if I treated things as, like, kind of like transactional thing or, like, just, oh, I want this, so I'm gonna act this way or show off my body in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't really healthy, I don't think.
Mm.
So I think, yeah, that whole experience made me think of sex or think of relationships in a really unhealthy way.
Yeah.
But now, with my partner that I have now and, like, lots of therapy and talking with friends and realizing, that that's not really how I want to feel, that I think now it's just a learning experience for me. And, like, I feel more calm and secure, and I don't feel like that everything needs to be transactional or...
No. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but if someone out there is dealing with it, please contact somebody. You don't need to tell your parents. Please just contact the police or talk to somebody.
Yeah, at least your friends.
At least your friends.
Yeah.
Like, have a support system.
Yeah.
And try not to let traumatic experiences, like, be your reason for doing things that make you feel uncomfortable or something. Because that's how I felt. Like, I was try to, like, find, like, listen to yourself and really do what makes you feel good. Like, your gut is going to tell you what is the right thing. And if you don't feel it in your gut, then you probably shouldn't do it if it feels bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Good advice. We should go to How Was It? It's my favorite segment.
Yes.
So, when was the last time you had sex and how was it?
I had sex yesterday.
Slay.
It was great. I told everybody here before the podcast that I bruised my tailbone a month ago. Just letting you know, if you bruise your tailbone and you like rough sex, that's not a great combination.
Okay, but how did you bruise your tailbone? Maybe
So
that's the question.
Stupid. I was climbing,
Oh.
as one does in this scenario, and I fell, and I just, like, hit the right spot on my tailbone, and I immediately was like, oh my god, it hurts so much. If I'm sitting for too long on my booty, like, I can't sit for too long. I have to, like, switch, which is why
Okay.
different, yeah.
Sex.
Sex. Sorry.
So,
I had sex yesterday. It was great.
So
What do you wanna know?
so you're struggling with your tailbone while having sex?
Yeah, so I couldn't have good sex for a while.
Oh, and now
Wait,
it's coming back.
And now I can. And I think yesterday was like the first time that like my partner and I were in sync and we could actually just go ham like we wanted to without me being like, I'm in pain, you know? Yeah.
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
When you say rough sex, what do you mean?
Oh, you know, like a little, like some good hair pulling, some forcefully choking.
Do you like to be choked like airway or like blood
I
way?
like bloodway. Airway is too much for me. I used to do that, but like now it puts me into like fight or flight, which I don't like in that sense, you know? My partner and I did talk to him to make sure this was okay. But my partner, when we first started dating was kind of like insecure in a way, just from previous experiences about like how having sex was going, and I was, I guess, the more experienced person.
As a polyamorous person, you
Yeah,
experimented
and a lot of experiments that I did and like figuring out what I wanted, and I just kind of was okay with at the beginning being like, I really like this person and I feel really safe, and that's kind of been something that I've been wishing that I had. I wasn't looking for it at the time, so I was willing to like basically have vanilla sex if that was just what it was gonna be. But I voiced that, you know, this is what I like, but you know, we can go at it whatever pace. And now, like, from when we started dating to now is such a drastic change, and I love seeing how confident he is. And like it's still very loving sex, but like he just is so much more confident in what he's doing and like leading and stuff.
You're his mentor.
I'm just but like he also said like at one point that like his libido is so high now, and which is
'Cause
great.
you're so hot.
And so hot. But it's a great balance, and I think it's great that he is just more confident. And like now, yesterday we had some very nice, very loving, but also very rough sex, and he loves it, and he has so much fun, and I'm
want
having
him
so
on the
much
podcast.
fun.
I want to
he
hear
would-
this.
He would be
story.
like a red tomato, I think, on this podcast. I would love to have him, but I don't. Yeah, but it was great. It was a little, you know, hair pulling from behind. It was very good. It was.
I'm happy you finally got a good fuck again.
Thank
I mean,
God.
I saw you last month. You were always so stressed, and now
I
here
know.
you are.
Well, my thesis also got turned in.
No, it's the sex.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So, good sex.
So let's round it off and let's go to the rapid fire
rapid fire.
questions. Lorenzo has some questions. Do you want to ask them?
I can ask them. Yeah. Right then. Have you ever had a moresome? So anything that is more than two people, threesome, foursome, or
Yes.
yes. Do you wanna?
Yeah, my
Maybe
previous
something.
relationship, I had a threesome, but I enjoyed myself, but I don't think it went very well, like I said before.
So you only you had.
I've only had
one
one
time?
threesome, yeah.
Would you do it again? Would you be?
Yeah, fuck yeah. But
With which sexual, like which gender would you want there?
I would love to do one with all girls, but I would love to do one with two guys because I really want to do the Eiffel Tower. That's like a bucket list thing, which we tried to do, but it didn't go very well. But things are going really, really, really well with my current partner. And like this man is like a sent from heaven. Like I feel so secure and I love him so much. But we've talked about it and he would not be open to it. So that is a
With any
table for
combination
now.
of gender?
Yeah,
would-
no. He's a very.
How about a robot?
I think he would like.
Is it a robot?
I've never
Yeah.
asked him that before.
Yeah, maybe that's less of an like
I
jealousy
would.
kind of
I
problem.
would. I don't even think it's jealousy. He should. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if it's jealousy for him. I think he just. really loves fucking me, only me. But I've had to take a lot of time to transition him into the current space that we are. I think a robot would actually take years. Like I would take so much.
I don't even know. It probably exists, right? But anyways,
Yeah.
next question.
Right. What was the best year of your life?
Best year of my life.
You've changed so much.
Okay, this is so cliche, but I would say like moving to the Netherlands. So we can say 2023 as a whole. Even though I moved here at the end of 2023, I think that was my best year. Like whether the ups and downs were crazy, but I think moving here was probably the best decision I ever made.
New beginnings.
Very much
clean
new
slate.
beginner, clean slate.
Yeah.
Super nice. Yeah.
Do you want to ask this?
Yeah. Have you seen my porn?
I have, and I'm so proud of Silka for it.
I don't even remember that I showed you.
I've seen it. I think my account, I deleted my account, so I'm not sure currently, but I was subscribed to your OnlyFans, and I did see a little bit from your, the movie / what is it, like a film? The film that you just did. I don't know why I just said movie, but that's now up for nominations. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, sorry.
No, it's
But,
not nomination, but
yeah.
it's
in the film festival, right, for San Francisco or
San
something?
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to San Francisco.
No, I have watched your porn. Yeah. It's a slay.
Thank you.
I tried my hand in it, but like it's not for me, but it's so good for you. And it's really cool. Yeah.
Do you watch porn in your current relationship?
Yeah. We both do. In fact, I'm trying to like see if we can do it together.
Yeah, not together?
Well, not yet. I brought it up like a week ago, and he was a little shy about it because he wasn't sure like how it could go.
What's something you would want to show him? Like, what's something you want to watch with him? Eiffel
I would
Tower?
like maybe. No, I would just like to show him like different different ways of like rough sex that I've watched to see if he'd be interested in. But I like in previous times, like I like to know what he watches. I already know what he watches, but in previous times I would like to just like watch it together because it's like a fun new way to put you in the mood, you know, and maybe you can like watch the video and then also try it at the same time. It's like a tutorial. And
Nice.
we're very secure, so it's like we laugh and it's cute.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
is it research or is it hot to watch it together?
Both?
both?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you pay for your porn?
I did for a very small amount of time.
What did
When
you
I
pay
was-
for?
I was in a really big audio porn phase, and I I don't know what the app is called, but there's like one app that a lot of people are listening to like the stories on now, and it also had porn.
I don't know. We'll add it to the
Yeah.
link in the
There's an
description.
app there's a really famous app now on the
Okay.
App Store. But I did that, but I'm like really broke now, so I can't really afford to pay for my porn. One day, I promise, I'll get back on it.
Fair
Pay
enough.
for my porn.
Yeah, I did for a little bit.
Keep
So.
on paying over and over again.
No, you get it for free. Friend discount.
No, I couldn't. That's how I support you.
Are you into double penetration?
No, yet, because I haven't tried it. Like, I don't do booty stuff, so I can't do, like, one in the butt, one in the cooch, you know? But, like, I've never tried 2 in my cooch at the same time. Yeah, maybe
That
one
normally
day. But
doesn't go for double penetration, but it
what do you mean by double
like
penetration?
that
then?
would be anal and
Okay, yeah,
vaginal,
no, that's not gonna work for me then.
but both vaginal.
I mean, I've seen videos. Some
Yeah.
people are really talented,
Yeah,
but in the butt don't work for
indeed,
me.
talented. That's a good word.
Talented.
Yeah.
You guys, rephrase. You know,
What tastes better, dick or pussy?
pussy. I'm actually like that's where my queerness really comes in. I only in this current relationship got really comfortable with like giving head and stuff purely because I think it is so secure and he makes me feel so safe.
Mm.
But I hated dick before this. Like I loved the feeling in my cooch, but I hated giving head. I got called a lesbian, like fully a lesbian one time by my partner that I was with
Nice.
because I wouldn't give head. But pussy, so much better. So much better. Yeah. Too
Fair enough.
salty. Dick is like salty and sour sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on the person
Yeah.
also, or what they ate.
Yeah, true.
And finally, next episode is going to be about masculinity.
Ooh.
If you had a question that you would want to ask, what would it be?
Maybe I would say like I would love to ask like I assume if they're on this podcast if that they're pretty secure with their masculinity, but was there ever a moment where they weren't, or like they were really like kind of sticking to the current stereotype, and how did they get to the point of being secure with themselves? Or if they aren't fully secure in their masculinity yet, what are some things that they would want to do or try out to try to see if they can be more secure? So,
Right.
Good question.
yeah,
We'll make sure to ask.
I hope. Good
Yeah.
luck to the next person.
Bar is set. This is How Was It, the podcast with our guest Bella.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being so open with us and sharing your story. I hope people resonate with it, or
I hope not.
yeah. So I'm Silky Way,
I'm Lorenzo.
and next episode we're gonna be talking about masculinity, like we said. Let's see you that episode. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, howwasit_podcast. And slide in the DMs if you want to see a change. Whatever that means. Bye.
See ya.